RICMOTECH, high-performance sim racing equipment. There's only one place to go, RICMOTECH.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Esports Broadcasting Network. We are live from Atlanta Motor Speedway for the RICMOTECH Truck Series. Man, we're going to have a fun one. I am your usual here, Angel Santiago, joined tonight by Nick Stein. Nick, how are we doing today?
We're doing good tonight, man. Ready to see some good racing here in the Truck Series.
Man, I'm excited. I appreciate you jumping on with us tonight. Our usual for Frank, I'm going to screw up your name, and I know you're watching, so I'm sorry. So I'm not going to bother saying it. Frank's not feeling well tonight, so Nick was happy to jump on in with us today. We are, of course, as I said, live from Atlanta Motor Speedway. It's going to be a warm one, 89-degree ambient temperature, which means this track, as if it wasn't slick enough, is nice and hot at 109 degrees. As the playoffs begin today, you see all these trucks with that beautiful blue front bumper. You see it on the banner and on the spoilers as well. Right now, Nicholas Vroman will be your pole sitter. James Holtzer in second. No surprise there. Your two dominant drivers of the season so far. Sorry we had to jump in a little late, everybody. We had a bit of an issue, technical issues on my computer. It shut off completely out of nowhere. So if that happens again tonight, just know that it'll be a few minutes and we'll jump back in. Nonetheless, we're getting ready to go live here from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Pace truck is down. We are getting ready to go green. The playoffs begin here in the RICMOTECH Truck Series, and James Holtzer almost loses it here on the start. I don't know what happened there with James Holtzer. Did not get to a great start, but this will allow Jeremy Clifton to take second place for him. James Holtzer is going to go ahead and line up, jump right in behind Jeremy. He's going to try to get a run there on the bottom. We'll have to see. Not quite enough, as they're going to be side by side behind. James Holtzer now under attack from league owner Ed Morris there on the outside. Nick, we have a fantastic start so far here.
Yeah, we do. It's been a pretty interesting start so far. Most of these drivers look like they're just trying to find grip at this point. We all know Atlanta's pretty slick, so just trying to find grip, see where the grip is, and see how fast you can be tonight.
All right, for those of you guys watching, if the trucks are too loud themselves, my apologies. We'll bring down that volume here in a few minutes. But nonetheless, Nicholas Vroman is your leader. Got Jeremy Clifton in second, Ed Morris in third, John Sterling in fourth, and Ray Lane in fifth. You know, we have a lot of these trucks out here up front. You see with this blue banner, blue front splitter, and then the rear spoilers. But then you have this one truck right here, Ray Lane, the number 44, not in the playoffs, kind of joined a little bit late. Showing some speed as of late here, looking to maybe play playoff spoilers. Right now you see Ed Morris looking to the inside of Jeremy Clifton for second. And then you have here, as we continue going through the field, you see the rest of your playoff drivers throughout. We did hear through our fans on our YouTube page, Bob, thank you, Bob, letting us know that it is Rob Griffin's birthday today. So we will jump in with Rob at one point just to celebrate his birthday. But right now it's a battle for the front. Ed Morris looking to try to put some pressure on his primetime teammate, the number 95 of Nicholas Vroman, last week's winner. And he's won 4 straight on his own. However, we did have a race in between where he was not present, in which James Holtzer won that one. So we've had, so far this year, Nicholas Vroman and James Holtzer have been your two guys really just dominating the season with 4 wins apiece. But right now, James is kind of on the way back, starting in second place on the outside of the front row, dropping down here so far to 8th place. What are you seeing from a truck like James Holtzer, with us knowing the speed he's got?
Well, honestly, not much. I haven't been here that long, so I really can't say anything right now. So just trying to focus up, see what's up, and see how people are driving. As we have John Sterling looking at the outside of Ed Morris here.
There you go. You see that Ford truck F-150 of John Sterling peeking to the outside. He's going to carry some run. What's a fun, this track, of course, everybody knows how slick and how difficult it can be to drive. You know, you're really pedaling it throughout the corners. But, you know, the main goal is save as much tire as you possibly can. And it could be what James Holtzer's doing. James is really, really good when it comes to saving tires. We've seen him do that quite a few times, especially at a track like Kansas. We saw him do that earlier this year. So, interesting enough to see him dropping back. But here comes John Sterling to the outside of Nicholas Vroman, maybe saying, you know what, I want to get up there and make up as many spots as I can. As you see the 51 of Jeremy Clifton blinking in and out ever so slightly. But here it is, John Sterling. Put him on point. He's going to be your new leader for tonight's race. Putting that number 3 Ford F-150 to the front. Got some fantastic battling as we continue on through the field here. Good looking paint scheme. Jordan McGraw, I got to say it might be my favorite paint scheme of the night. A little bit different from what we're used to seeing. Used to seeing him in that Scooby-Doo paint scheme. Is that, I think that's Sonic on the hood of this one today.
Sorry to cut in, but we got the 51 and the 7 side by side going down the backstretch into turn 3 here. Oh,
don't cut in at all, or I'm sorry, do so at every chance you get to. Right now, you do see Jeremy Clifton going to the outside of Ed Morris, so these drivers already.
We got the 44 going around the outside of the 7 too. Is there any problems with that 7 car, or is it just he's just trying to save tires here?
I think you gotta save tires, you know. You're gonna beat a guy like Nicholas Vroman as Nicholas goes back to the battle for the lead with John Sterling. If you want to win this race, you're gonna have. Whoa, that is close. Yeah, Nicholas Vroman knows better. He's gonna back off. You know, Nick, I know you're new to this league, so just to let you know, these drivers do not have a faster pair in tonight's race, so they're gonna have to go 135 laps keeping these trucks in one piece.
I figured that as much. Most leagues don't run with the fast repairs, so yeah, that's kind of a given with most of these leagues.
Yeah, it really is interesting. It makes, you know, it's hard for some leagues. You know, some leagues you got to have a faster pair. You know, you just know that the quality of drivers, or even just, you know, or what the aspect of it is as a whole, limits you to what you can do. However, you got a league like this. I mean, you got some fantastic drivers here. We can go this entire race, and if we see one, maybe two cautions, if we see 2 cautions, I'll be surprised. That's how well these drivers race, which means you're really, really going to have to play that long run. You know, you're really going to have to work on making sure that you do save your tires. And you see drivers right now like Ed Morris dropping back a couple positions, and James Holtzer hanging on here to that 8th spot. He's got Mike Rominger all over his back bumper. Mike Rominger, a former winner as well this season, making it into the playoffs, running in 9th. You see Chris Akers in 10th. So we do have 12 playoff drivers. We got a couple more through the field here. Let's see if I can't find where the rest of them is. You see Chris Akers again in that 10th position. I do believe Kyle Knapp. Brendan Book is one of your playoff drivers as well. You usually see quite a bit of speed out of Brendan Book. I'm going to assume that he's saving some tires as well for the end of this one. Then you have Mike Franklin. I believe Mike Franklin won at Vegas earlier this year. So that's how he got into the playoffs, just kind of riding it out back here. We've seen him kind of just be consistent and make things work, so we'll have to see. Oh,
we got the 95 of Nicholas Vroman and John Sterling going side by side here. Let's see if this battle turns into anything here.
Man, these two drivers just keep going at it for the lead here. You got to wonder, is either one of them burning off their tires? You see the 3. He's going to cut down on that corner, just coming off there. Really going to throw off the momentum of that 95 and really affect the handling coming off the turn. So I think John is using a little bit more tire trying to do that, trying to cut to these corners. So we'll have to see, can he save enough tires come the end of this long run?
That'll be the real test here. As we know, both in real life and here in iRacing, tire saving is your best friend here. If you don't save your tires, you're going to go around in a hurry.
Yeah, saving tires in general is something you want to do in these trucks, but even more so on a track like Atlanta that just really, really chews up the tires. Got a couple of different fantastic.
If we look at these two, they don't seem to be saving all that much tire right now. So.
Well, you'd be surprised. These guys can run so hard, and yet it seems like they save tires so well. It is unbelievable. I'm telling you, the quality of racers that we have in the RICMOTECH Truck Series is absolutely phenomenal. So here we're already 14 laps completed out of a 135 lap race.
And look at this quality driving right here, side by side in a 1 and 2 with the 3 and the 95 here.
Yeah, you know what that is.
95 slides up a little bit here.
That's going to invite that number 51 of Jeremy Clifton to keep inching forward. We'll have to see what can he do. He's just going to lay back here and wait for them to maybe make some mistakes, trying to find out a way to get around both of these drivers. Just so everybody knows, there is a total of 5 tires, so you get 4 tire changes in tonight's race, and simple math, dividing that by or 135 laps by the 5 tire sets you get, that means you got to go about 27 laps on a set of tires. And so technically, tire-wise, we're already about halfway through this tire run.
Yeah, don't want to be commentator's curse here, but these guys have been side by side for almost 2 laps here. This is looking like some pretty good racing tonight here.
I'll tell you this much. Commentator's curse does not exist for the RICMOTECH Truck Series. These guys, no matter how much you talk about them, they are out there and they are putting on a show for everybody, and it really does make a difference for the fans. You see the 3 all over the back bumper of the 95. There's no more give and take. This is the playoffs. You only got 6 races here in the playoffs to make something happen. Oh, I'm sorry, 5 races. My apologies. 5 races in the playoffs to make something happen. And if you want to knock off Nicholas Vroman and James Holtzer's, your 2 dominant winners of the regular season, you got to go out there and you got to beat them at a track like Atlanta.
A little bit further back in the field here, we got the 42 and the 5 look like they're trying to go side by side.
Yeah, and then you're going to have to see as well, there's a ton of respect amongst these drivers, as honestly, throughout the entire season. So I expect nothing less when it comes to respect between playoff and non-playoff drivers. But I'll tell you this much, non-playoff driver to keep looking at, that number 44 of Ray Lane. He is staying right there here in the top 5, running into 4th position with the leaders in tow, only about 6.5 tenths in front of him. See James Holtzer now on the inside of Michael Thwaites. Michael Thwaites making his way into the playoffs as well this year, making his way, trying to make up some spots. He's currently in the 7th position, started in 5th, but currently under attack from your regular season champion, James Holtzer. As I know you want to save tires, but 20 laps into this run, you got to hope this goes green if this is really going to work out for James Holtzer, because he's about a 1.5 seconds back from the leader, so not too far back, but just enough to really you're really going to have to make up some time here over the next maybe 10 or 15 laps.
As we got Kyle Knapp here, the 42 car has gotten past the 5 car, Brendan Book.
Yeah, Brendan's right up on his bumper again, though. He's ready to make something happen. Brendan's, again, a playoff driver. Going to have to make something work here. And as always, if you are watching on Facebook or YouTube with us, please let us know who you are rooting for. We'll be sure to check them out.
And we did miss it, but James Holtzer did get past Brian Sinisak, or however you say his name. I don't know how you say his name. No,
you're correct. Sinisak, that is correct. Sinisak is his name. As you see James Holtzer now looking to all the way to the high side there. Sinisak's going to follow us. They're going to make their way around Ed Morris. James Holtzer up 3 spots here in a couple of laps, really starting to reel these guys in and passing these guys. He's actually gained about 0.4 of a second on the leader as well. So James Holtzer looks like that truck will go everywhere.
Yeah, it's looking like saving tires is actually working for him pretty early in this race so far.
That doesn't surprise me any bit whatsoever. I mean, that's the type of driver James Holtzer is. As you see Bryce Sinisak now under attack from Michael Thwaites in that number 12 truck.
And look at Mike Rumminger coming in behind him, too, wanting to get a piece of this battle.
Yeah, Rumminger's all over them. Again, all these guys are playoff drivers. Give and take. You still got to have some give and take early on in the race, but playoffs are here. Give and take is really going to be more take than less give.
And Brendan Book just passed 2 drivers going down the back stretches, and then 3 and 4. He's now battling with Alan Hinton here in the number 2 car, or truck, sorry.
Yeah, Brendan is really good with tire saving as well. So he actually started this race back in the 18th position. Unlike Brendan Book is usually fast, but we've seen him a couple times this season push it a little too hard in qualifying and cost him a good starting spot, and he's left trying to make his way up. Brendan Book is absolutely a driver that can win multiple races on a season, so he's just trying to find that consistency to get there. We jump back here.
James. We got the 51 going down the inside of the 3 car. What a move.
Man, what perfect time to jump over to that here in the broadcast. But here comes James Holtzer on the outside of that 44 of Ray Lane. Holtzer gets the pass here, moves up to the 4th position, now all over the back bumper of John Sterling. He drives to the bottom. Look at the grip. He rides right up against that white line. John's going to have to let him by. I think James is going to have a pretty good run here, and Jeremy Clifton as well going down the front stretch.
Yeah, going down the inside, it looks like here in the 1 and 2.
My goodness, James Holtzer's coming alive here. This is something that every driver should be worried about as we go into this one. He's already made his way back into the second position. Now only 1 second behind the leader, Nicholas Vroman. He's actually just over a tenth faster than your leader that last time around. And remember, he was trying to make passes at the same time. We'll have to see what he does here as Nicholas Vroman's pulled off to about a 1.1 second lead coming off of here turn 4. Going to complete lap 25 as we see Barney the flagman as he overlooks this racetrack and these drivers. That last time around, James was a little bit slower than Vroman, but you know, we did see James trying to pass some of these drivers. We're gonna go ahead and jump on board here. Everybody knows this is my favorite view of everything here on iRacing. Getting to see these drivers really work the steering wheel going into these turns. So we're on board now with your second place driver, James Holtzer. See him coming down the front stretch here. Full speeds over 170 miles per hour, driving into turn 1. Here, all that off throttle time, throttling it, and back in full throttle here. Now we'll go jump to your leader, Nicholas Vroman. See what is he looking like as he drives here into the turn, all the way to the bottom.
Sorry for the interruption. We got the 44, the 7, Ray Lane, and Ed Morris side by side here. Also has Bryce Senesac in here in this battle too. 3-car battle here. This is looking pretty nice here.
Yeah, Senesac has made his way back up. They've really just caught these drivers. As you see, Ray Lane is starting to drop a little bit. Maybe use up his tires a little too early here. You see Michael Thwaites is right there waiting to pounce, trying to make something happen here. All these guys trying to make their way here into the top 5. Battle for the lead. That time, Nicholas Vroman was actually ever so slightly faster than James Holtzer. So maybe Vroman may be playing a little bit of toying with us here, showing that he still saves quite a bit, holding on to this lead.
Got the 7 and the 3 side by side here in 3 and 4. Looks like John Sterling is going to get the best here of Ed Morris, unless Ed Morris can come back here in 1 and 2.
Yeah, they're going to just keep going at it, and these drivers behind, they're just going to keep waiting for somebody to make a mistake, and then they'll pounce and hopefully get a 2-for-1 special, like you mentioned Brendan Book doing earlier, as he's moved up now to the 13th position, battling with Kyle Napter on his rear bumper.
Also looks like that Highline's starting to come in, running the Kyle Larson line here. The 42 of Kyle Knapp is, along with the 5 right behind him.
What are the odds? That's good timing.
Timing.
The 42 and the 5, and you're calling it Kyle Larson move. I love it. Yeah, that outside lane in general will be much faster here at Atlanta. You can carry so much momentum. You see that 5?
5 in the wall.
Did he get into the wall? It looked like he looked.
It looked like he did on my screen.
Oh, let's see. This is his onboard view here. Oh yeah, you see some of that crinkle on the right-hand side here as we look behind him.
We got a 5-car battle here. 2 of them are 2 by 2. Got the 09, the 7, the 44, and the 12, just 2 by 2 running out here.
Yeah, it's got to be one of our best views. This is fantastic camera work once again. Thank you again to Frank over here on the Esports Broadcasting Network. Does such a good job of setting up our cameras here and really making a broadcast something special. But look at this. That's the tire difference right there between Bryce Senesac.
Bryce Senesac going to the inside of the 3. That was a beautiful move.
I'm telling you, that's the tire difference right there. You know, to have the confidence to do that. I mean, here you are, jumping here into the 4th position, trying to make up as much as he possibly can in this race, points-wise. Jump back to your leaders here.
44 had gotten a little bit loose there on the exit of 1 and 2 there.
Oh, everybody's sitting here loose. It's how much longer can you not put it sideways?
That's a given for Atlanta there, but he did look like he had stepped out a little bit more than the rest of the trucks around him have.
That last time around, Holtzer was only about 7/100ths of a second quicker than your leader. Has cut this lead down to just a half a second difference. You see these two trucks running two different lines here, trying to figure out what's going to work and what's going to put them up front here.
Looks like we have Chris Akers in the pits. Looks like he may have blown a tire and gone up into the wall. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. He's 5 laps down. I just happened to notice that. Oh, yeah, looking at the replay, he definitely blew a tire.
I'm sorry, what did you say? Which driver again?
Chris Akers in the number 1 truck.
Ooh.
Yeah, looking at the replay, it went down into 1 and 2, and the car just went straight to the wall. Ooh.
All right, let's jump in over here, and we'll see. Oh! That could have been a disconnection maybe on his wheel or something.
No, that's not a disconnection because he's still driving, or he was still driving afterwards.
Interesting right there. Not sure exactly what could have happened to Chris Akers. Let's see if we find him here. Let's go ahead and bring him on in. Nope, I don't quite see him. Oh, here he is.
User was moved to your channel.
Chris Akers, this is Angel and Nick in the ESBN broadcast booth. You got us?
Yes, sir, I do.
Chris, explain to us what happened there. Nick brought it up. It looked like you blew a tire. You just shot up into the wall.
Well, same thing happened at Richmond. Come out the corner, and the steering wheel just disconnected. Like it disconnected for a split second, and then it was connected right back. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, Chris. I know you're battling for the playoffs. You know this is really going to hurt you, of course, without any fast repairs. So from here on out, what you got to do to get into that championship?
I guess it's going to be a dog eat dog try to win situation now. Get a win and get a bunch of good finishes from here on out, and hopefully get a chance at that championship spot. So.
All right, man.
Sorry to cut in, but we got the 51 coming into the pits now.
You got a couple drivers, both your leaders, the 95 and the 99. Chris, thank you for letting us know, keeping us updated. Sorry that happened, and we wish you luck here, hopefully in the next couple weeks, and maybe put yourself in the championship.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. All right, everybody, that was the number 1, Chris Akers.
Channel.
All right, you see these trucks here on pit lane now. Nicholas Vroman with a great jump off pit lane. James Holtzer right behind them. Both drivers do a great job on pit lane. James Holtzer does a great job just trying to keep up with your leader here and hopefully put himself in a pretty good position. He is still just a little bit behind Nicholas Vroman. I think Vroman did a little bit better job coming off of pit lane here.
As we got more of your leaders pitting here. We got the 2 car, the 42, the 5. Looks like the 5's been in the wall too. Actually, yeah, that was probably from he did tap the wall.
No, you're not driving it hard enough if you're not putting in the wall at least once or twice here at Atlanta.
Yeah, you got a point there. I thought that was Harlingen jumps, but it looks like Atlanta's taking over this week.
Going into tonight's race, James Holtzer did have a 1-point lead on Nicholas Vroman. Nicholas now up to a 1.06 second lead, so he's going to be able to pull away by about half a second or so. James did a great job coming on the pit lane to gain as much time as he possibly could, but Vroman did a great job coming off pit lane and getting up to those gears, so he's just going to pull away here. We'll have to see. James Holtzer can only do so much saving his tires right now. I mean, he's got to still keep Nicholas Vroman in tow or else it's really going to be no use.
Yeah, if you can't save your tires and keep it in the draft, there's no point in saving tires now, is there?
Yeah, exactly. You're going to be put yourself a little bit too far back. But nonetheless, right now, Nick, we do got a couple of commercial breaks here to show for the fans. Thanks to RICMOTECH High Performance Sim Racing Equipment. We'll go ahead and bring in our first commercial now. We'll be right back, everybody.
RICMOTECH high-performance sim racing equipment. Whether you're just looking to have fun, train for race day, or become a serious esports competitor, RICMOTECH has you covered. Hundreds of name brand parts. Support from experts that love sim racing. Trusted by the pros. There's only one place to go, RICMOTECH.com.
All right, we are back. Green flag racing here. 43 laps complete so far in the first round of the RICMOTECH Truck Series playoffs. Of course, live from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Very hot Atlanta Motor Speedway. So far, Nicholas Vroman is your leader. James Holtzer is in second. We'll do, as always, a quick little rundown of the league for you here. So, Nicholas, of course, we all know. Is at 4 wins this season. James Holtzer as well with 4 wins this season from Greensburg, Pennsylvania. Jeremy Clifton from Statesville, North Carolina is in third. And fourth, Michael Thwaites as he's battling with Bryce Senesac. My goodness, this battle just continues to go on here, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was fixing to say, these guys are side by side again. It's like these trucks are just stuck together like glue. You just cannot separate these guys.
All right, so Bryce Senesac will take over that fourth position from Fort Wayne, Indiana, that 09. Mike Rominger now in the fifth position. Ray Lane, he's made his way over here into the sixth position from Rutherfordton, North Carolina. I hope I didn't screw that one up too bad, Ray. John Sterling in that number 3 from Sterling, Virginia. Michael Thwaites, back to him from Baltimore, Maryland. And Jordan McGraw, he is from Fort Worth, Texas, in that number 34. Kyle Knapp is in 10th in his Ford F-150 from Gobles, Michigan. I hope I said that correct. Alan Hilton from Mocksville, North Carolina. Mike Franklin, one of your playoff drivers from Huntsville, Texas. Brendan Book trying to make his way up to the field. You see some of that damage on the right-hand side of that truck. Heavy. Good. I think that's even heavier than it was before.
Yeah, I was looking at his truck and I was starting to think, wait, that damage doesn't look like it did about 10 laps ago, so maybe he got into the wall again.
Yeah, we'll see him riding that outside line, and that's part of the curse of riding that outside. It runs real nice, but it can really hurt you should something happen. Not sure what happened to David Elliott, Ed Morris. Ed Morris is a lap down right now, so I'm not sure if maybe he sped on pit lane. Yeah, he was on his pit box for 44 seconds, so I do believe he had to serve a penalty. So heartbreaking for Ed. He's going to need a caution here soon to be able to get back on the lead lap. We'll go back. Christopher Bassinger from Tucson, Arizona in the number 11 K1 Speed truck, running in 14th. Christian DeBauer in 15th in his number 56 truck. Tom Amassi in 16th. Birthday boy Rob Griffin from Elizabeth City, North Carolina, currently in the 17th position. Teammate Wallace Boyce, was his birthday not too long ago, if I'm not mistaken, from Suffolk, Virginia. David Elliott from Blacksburg, Virginia. Ed Morris, man in charge here for the Truck Series and the ARCA Series that they race on Monday nights, also here on the Esports Broadcasting Network on SRM from Bloomingdale, Georgia. David Holloway looks like he is parked on pit lane for the day. Chris Akers, we saw the damage from him. Joshua O'Connor as well is done for the day. So,
hate to jump in here, but Jeremy Clifton looks like he's running down James Holtzer and Nicholas Vroman here.
yeah,
Gap's come down about 4/10 in the last 2 laps, so it looks like he's either pushing or the other two are just saving tires here.
and it could be a good mix of both as well. All right, so so far we're 50 laps already into this race. What are your tidbits here, you think, Nick? What have you seen so far in the first 50 laps, and what do you think is really gonna How is this race going to finish off the way they're running?
Well, what I've seen so far is, well, of course, tire saving. Just look at some of the runs we've had. Kermit Clifton right now. It's the other one earlier that I had that was getting that all that time back, saving tires. Seems like saving tires just seems, like I said, name of the game here at Atlanta. Such a rough track, such an old track. You gotta know how to save your tires. Gotta know how to be fast here. Just keys you a race right there. Just keep the tires alive, well, and just hopefully make your run towards the end of the runs, tire runs.
Yeah, it's going to be important to see that. Let's see. Scoots here on our YouTube page is written on Chris Bassinger and Joshua O'Connor. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Joshua O'Connor. He's definitely not in the race right now, which is why it's marking him, you know, however many laps down. So, not sure exactly what may have happened to O'Connor, but Bassinger's still out there.
Speaking of
his
Bassinger,
truck?
him and Christian DeMoe are side by side right now, or well, they were, but they are trying to be side by side right now.
Well, no, they are, and then they got a lap car, David Elliott, right behind them. Last week, David Elliott almost won his way into the playoffs. Had himself a pretty fast truck at ISS and wasn't quite enough to make it in, but he had a fast truck. He was ready to win it. And you see, oh, no, the Bauer's in the wall there. That was just a kiss.
Yeah, it looks like it was just a kiss. I'm not seeing any damage on his truck there, so it looks like he may have gotten away with that, which is a rare sight here at Atlanta, hitting the wall and getting away with it.
Yep, that much is true. Nicholas Vroman coming across, completing lap 55. James Holtzer right behind him. Almost identical lap times. James Holtzer just 1/100th of a second quicker than Vroman there. So I'm telling you, heavyweight battle continues once again here at Atlanta.
Tell you what, I'm enjoying this battle between these two. These two look like they've been going at it all way. I can't wait to see if these two pull together and we'll have a pretty nice side-by-side battle here towards the finish.
Man, I've had this fantastic opportunity to be able to broadcast for the two of them because this is what they've been putting on for us all season. It's just insane. But, I mean, even with the way it looks, we still have other drivers who've been able to win races this year and really put on a fight with those two drivers, especially if one of them misses a race. It really means somebody else has stepped up and does a great job, honestly, in giving us a fantastic show week in and week out.
Yeah, that seems to be the case from what I've seen so far in just this race. So I can't wait to see these guys duel it out for the rest of the race.
You have Wally Babb in our chat here on Facebook. Appreciate you jumping in. Wally actually races on Wednesday nights in the Ghost Cup Series that is also broadcasted live here on the Esports Broadcasting Network. So welcome to the broadcast here, Wally. We appreciate you jumping on in. We're rooting for you tomorrow. Good luck tomorrow. It's going to be a fun one. They are at Richmond tomorrow night for 200 laps in the Gen 6 Cup cars. Of course, again, live here on the Esports Broadcasting Network. Same time as the RICMOTECH Truck Series, which I love. It makes my job easier when the times for two series are exactly the same. It makes less work for me.
I'm just watching Mike Rominger and Michael Dwayne's just duel it out. They were just bumper to bumper down the front stretch on most of the last lap.
Yeah, and the battle right in front of them continues as well between Ray Lane and Bryce Senesac.
There's two names that we've said a lot tonight with them being side by side.
Yeah, I love this for Senesac. He has really shown some great improvement from the start of the season, and you're really starting to see him reel off some really good, solid top 10, top 5 finishes, especially at a track like Atlanta. It's so tough to really come out here and not just finish, top 5, or he's running in the top 5, and he's been doing so quite often. So doing a great job, really. Bryce Senesac is.
Coming back up front, the gap between James Holtzer and Nicholas Vroman is down to 7/10 here. So maybe we're seeing either some tire wear from Nicholas Vroman or James Holtzer is finally starting to push up and see if he can get around the 95 here.
Yeah, he really is going to need to. That's going to really make the difference for him here, and we're almost at the halfway mark for this race. Unbelievable to think, huh?
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking down. I see lap 60, and I go, hold up.
Yeah.
What happened to the last 59 laps?
It just flies, and it just makes it so much fun.
This is why I like watching Atlanta races, whether it be on iRacing or real life. It's just like, no matter where you look, there's battles all over the track. People are slapping around, having fun side by side. It's just why I love watching races in Atlanta.
Oh, precisely. You know, and going into tonight's race, Bryce Senesac had 3 top 5 finishes, 5 top 10 finishes. So that put him tied for 6th in the standings going into tonight's race with Ed Morris and John Sterling. So I'd say for Bryce, looking pretty good at the moment, points-wise.
Gap's down to just under 6/10 between the 2 leaders, too. So definitely either Nicholas Vroman's backing off towards the end of the run, or James Holtzer's just saved his tires that much better.
Yeah, that time around, Holtzer was about 3/100ths of a second quicker, cutting it back down to half a second. But you know what? Here comes Brendan Book. He's going to short pit it here.
Interesting call to short pit here this early into the run. What are we, just under 25 laps into the run?
Yeah, so we got about another 12 laps. So unless he's just trying to say, hey, let's go ahead and fix up some of this damage.
Yeah, I was fixing to say the same thing. He may be coming down to fix some damage.
As they are closing in here, Nicholas Vroman closing in on the 05 of Tom and Massey.
Oh, Brendan Book disconnected from the session. Looks like he finally called it quits with the damage.
Yeah, something must be going on for Brendan Book. That is not normal for Brendan right now. You see James Holtzer continuing to just claw his way towards the leader. We know what's crazy to think? Of our top 10 drivers, you want to know who has the 2 slowest, fastest lap times?
Let's hear it.
Our 2 leaders.
You're kidding.
Yep, and here comes Kyle Knapp. He's making his way down the pit lane now. As did the 05 of Tom and Massey after getting put 1 lap down. So hopefully short pit a little bit on the leaders and maybe get back on the lead lap. Always a good decision once you are about to, or once you go a lap down.
Back into the field a little bit, we got John Sterling, John Sterling, Mike Rominger, and Michael Thwaites all nose to tail right here.
The 3, the 9, and the 12. Oh, all intervals of 3. What do you know? And right now, from the looks of it, going about 35, 37 laps on a fuel run. Assuming we can go green here, we're going to split this halfway, or sorry, split this into 4s, so into quarters, of course, and we are inching closer to the halfway point here. And as we say that, James Holtzer is really starting to reel him in. He was 8/100ths of a second quicker that last time around.
And going off your point about splitting the rest of the race in half, based on this, we should be seeing drivers into the pit lane here in the next, I don't know, 2-3 laps. So that is if they want to split it in half.
Yeah, we got about another 6 to 7 laps before we see some guys come down pit lane. That last time around, Holtzer clicking off another 6/100ths of a second. Gonna have to do a little bit more than that, though, if he wants to take this lead here from Vroman before this race is over.
That he does, and he just pulled another 400ths off of Nicholas Vroman that lap, so he's definitely trying to. I'm not sure if the lead is what he wants, or whether he's just trying to save a little bit of fuel behind Nicholas Vroman here.
You know, what's insane to me is the fact that Look at the lead these guys have put on to third place. They are almost 5 seconds ahead of third place Jeremy Clifton. Unreal right now. There it is. James Holtzer now cutting it down to 0.2 of a second. That last time around was almost a full tenth faster than your leader, Nicholas Vroman. They got a couple lap cars in front of him here. Wallace Boyce. Wallace Boyce looking to stay low here. Trying to stay completely out of the way. Doesn't want to affect the way this lead gets determined here. But here comes James Holtzer. He's looking, gonna peek to the outside. Vroman's gonna get a good run here in the middle of turns 3 and 4. Off the turn, James Holtzer should have a pretty nice run going down the front stretch.
Gap now down to just over 1/10 here as this lead battle is getting ever more and more closer.
Man, this is getting some exciting stuff. Seeing our two heavyweight challengers go at it here as we have now completed 70 laps. Of course, we are past that halfway point just when we completed lap 67. Oh boy, this is just getting exciting here. We are, starting off well. Just an inch closer now. 34 laps, 35 laps into this run. They all pitted around lap 36, 38 the last time around. We'll have to see who pits first. See, if I'm a guy like James Holtzer, with how well he does saving his tires, I would short pit Vroman if I could by a lap and maybe take advantage of having those fresh tires for one lap.
That's exactly what I was going to say. If you're James Holtzer right now, you are wanting to do everything in your power to get in front of Nicholas Vroman right now before the next stint begins. On the flip side, if you're Nicholas Vroman here, you would want to go the extra lap, cover him off, and then push as hard as you can to try and stay in front here.
Yeah, and then use that use maybe some long run speed yourself and maybe use it against James Holtzer.
Yeah, it seems like James Holtzer is backing off a little here. Gap's now down up to just under 4/10 at about 3 1/4 tenths right now.
Yeah, that last time around, Vroman was a tenth quicker than Holtzer, so kind of maybe wondering what's the choice here for Holtzer. Maybe Holtzer knows he's gonna be pitting here soon, and maybe just doesn't need the lead right now. We still got half of this race to go. You don't need the lead right now. You just need it for one lap. And here comes Vroman.
95 into the pits. 95 into the pits. Nicholas Vroman is down on pit lane.
Wow.
Sorry about the excitement.
No, it's perfect.
Stopped right in the middle of the track right there.
Yeah, kind of surprising. I don't know if James Holtzer was expecting that either. So, but for Vroman, you got to play the mind game. Don't give an opportunity for James Holtzer to know you're coming down pit lane, and he's able to do that. We'll have to see how long does James Holtzer stay out. Then maybe does he come in early, or does he stretch this out a little bit?
99's coming in. I can already tell based off. Wait, no, he's not. Just kidding. Wait, yeah, he is. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's hard to tell. These guys are able to carry so much speed down pit lane. It's insane. And everybody else goes with, except for John Sterling. He'll stay out. Now, John Sterling...
95 contently to see where he comes out in front of James Holtzer here as the 95 is coming down, back off the pits, down the back stretch into 3 and 4.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to gain at least a second or two. I can only imagine on James Holtzer. You see James coming off of pit lane now, and we're going to see Vroman swing right by, and there goes Vroman. What a difference it makes. Just insane to think.
Yeah, that's at least 5 seconds, at least, that Nicholas Vroman just pulled on James Holtzer right there, just based off of fresh tires.
It looks like Holtzer is able to keep it at just 3 seconds on Vroman. But this is now going to force Holtzer to push a little bit harder, do something he's not quite comfortable or hasn't been comfortable doing so far, and maybe this gives Vroman a chance to save his tires. I think this was an absolute race-winning move by Vroman there. You know, you're going to throw your competitor off of what he's used to doing, and now you're able to save some tire, maybe force him to use some more tire to try to catch you.
Yep, that's exactly what Nicholas Vroman should be doing right now, saving as much tire as he can. Gap is at just under 3 seconds, 2.8 seconds between James Holtzer and Nicholas Vroman right now.
Well, right now, your second place car is actually Kyle Knapp in this number 42. You see James Holtzer come into the picture under the 36 of Rob Griffin, and here comes DeBauer. Kyle Knapp pitted 11 laps earlier than these guys, so it shot him up 15 spots. So caution comes out in the next 10 laps or so. This could really work out well for Kyle Knapp.
Well, the way they've been racing so far, I wouldn't even bet on a caution right now. It's been
No,
green
no,
this
not at
entire
all.
race. They've been side by side the entire race. I would not bet on a caution for the rest of this race.
Jump back to your leader here. Actually, we're going to hold on and stay with Kyle Knapp and, let's see, Rob Griffin here. I don't see any cars on the other trucks around him. I'm afraid we're not going to get him in for an interview for his birthday if we don't have any type of incidents here.
Yeah, that would suck, but hey, it's good. It's better racing without the yellow flags. So.
We're going to go ahead and let me find here Rob Griffin and hopefully don't bother him too much during his run here. I don't usually like to bring drivers in while they're racing, but we're going to go ahead and give it a shot here.
User was moved to your channel.
Hey, Rob, this is Angel and Nick in the ESBN broadcast booth. You got us?
Yes, sir. How you doing, guys?
Doing good. I hope we're not bothering you too much. I know you're racing, and we try not to bring people in the middle of a run here, but little birdie here on our chat told us today was your birthday.
Yes, it is.
Well, congratulations. Happy birthday to
I appreciate
Rob
it, man.
Griffin. Go ahead and at least give you an opportunity. Go ahead and give a shout out to whoever. I know Bob is always watching week in and week out. Don't know who Bob is here for us, but always a big fan of you and Wallace Boys.
Yeah, Uncle Bob. Yeah, he's a pretty cool guy. We have he's a buddy of mine's uncle, and we have a lot of drag racing ties.
All right, that's pretty awesome. Good to hear. So you're in the obviously you're in the drag racing then, I see.
Yes. Well, was kind of retired from that. Decided to go virtual racing. It's a whole lot cheaper.
Well, you're gonna have to hit me up after this race then, because I may or may not know of a drag racing event happening on iRacing that you might want to partake in.
Oh, cool. All right. That might work.
All right, Rob. Well, nonetheless, happy birthday. Congratulations. And go enjoy your race out there and go get yourself a solid finish.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Thanks, Uncle Bob.
All right, everybody. That was Rob Griffin, birthday man, on tonight's race. Teammates, of
User
course,
was
with
moved out of your
Wallace
channel.
Boyce. So always nice to give a little birthday shout out to one of our drivers when we get the opportunity to do so.
Yeah, it is. Looking around, not very many battles going on. Looks like the race is finally starting to calm down. Only 83 laps in.
Yeah, all these drivers just kind of taking it, one lap at a time.
Looks like our closest battle right now is between Mike Rominger and Jeremy Clifton for 4th and 5th right now. They're about a couple tenths apart right now. Also, a little further back, Alan Hilton and Mike Franklin look like they're going pretty close too.
Yeah, I think right now our best battle is in fact going to be Mike Rominger, Jeremy Clifton, and then Bryce Senesek and Michael Thwaites.
Yeah, I didn't even know those two were so close. We've been talking about them all night, and I didn't even notice it this time.
Yeah, they keep making their way up. Kyle Knapp's still working out pretty well for him. I know he's about to get past maybe with some of these drivers. He's got about 20 lap old tires compared to their about 10 lap tires. But I still think this is a really big move for Kyle. We saw him running maybe just barely outside the top 10, and right now in third, I gotta say this is a pretty good move. This is a big jump to do this 10 laps early, but I think it's really working out at the moment.
Yeah, it seems to be working out. The only issue is he's gonna have to either do some field saving or he's gonna have to pit 2 more times this race, whereas everyone else in the field that's pit 10 laps after, they're gonna have to pit only once more. Because doing some quick math, he pitted 10 laps early. He's not going to be able to make it to the end on one more stop with fuel.
Interesting decision then here for Kyle now. All right, everybody, we're just finishing lap 86. We're coming down. We've got less than 50 laps to go already in this race. We're going to go ahead and take another brief break to go ahead and once again thank the RICMOTECH High Performance Sim Racing Equipment Company for being a title sponsor for the Extreme Motorsports Truck Series. Now we'll give it a moment before we do that. Let's let Brian Senesac and Michael Thwaites figure this one out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back in just a few moments.
RICMOTECH High Performance Sim Racing Equipment. Whether you're just looking to have fun, train for race day, or become a serious esports competitor, RICMOTECH has you covered. Hundreds of name brand parts. Support from experts that love sim racing. Trusted by the pros. There's only one place to go, RICMOTECH.com. RICMOTECH High Performance Sim Racing Equipment. There's only one place to go, RICMOTECH.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are 90 laps into the 135 lap event that is the RICMOTECH Truck Series' first playoff race of the year. We are at Atlanta Motor Speedway here in Hampton, Georgia. Right now, Nicholas Vroman is your leader, but I gotta say, James Holtzer is really starting to pick away at his lead so far. It was a 3-second lead, but down to about 1.5 now. This is interesting to see what we're gonna see. Can James Holtzer get up to him? We're about 16, 17 laps away from their last pit stop, so still got more than half of this run to go, and Holtzer's really starting to pick him off here.
Yeah, but you also got to worry about him possibly wearing his tires out too fast. Like you said, we still got over half this run left. You got to make sure you don't burn your tires out too hard, or else you're not going to have anything when you catch, eventually catch Nicholas Vroman.
See, considering we're only going to have really one more run left, I mean, decision time. I mean, are you going to short pit and try to make up as much time as you can and, possibly lose it all right at the end? Or do you want to go ahead and do you have the discipline to save your tires where you can, stay out a little longer and then, run it hard when you need to right at the end? As James Holtzer's all the way to the outside.
I'll tell you what, if I was James Holtzer, I would run this run as long as I could and then go ahead and late pit and have as much tire as I can. But there's also the fact that Nicholas Vroman could run away with it if he decides to pit early here.
Running on board here, our fantastic onboard camera view with James Holtzer in a pretty good looking helmet as well. See, nice smooth input for the tires, or I'm sorry, for the steering wheel. You're going to hear those tires getting chewed up here again. Nothing you can really do about that. It's just how this track is. I'm sure everybody remembers Larry Mack on the NASCAR broadcast using a cheese grater to describe how this track and pavement tore away at tires. So it really does, and you see just the kind of smooth inputs. Like I said, it's going to keep him going fast right here. So he's now cut this to 0.6 of a second. He's been consistently 0.2 quicker than Nicholas Vroman. So I just wonder, is this really what's working out for him here, or is Vroman just trying to save that much tire and allowing Holtzer to use up his that bad? Because we still got about another, 10, 15 laps before they got to pit again.
Yeah, it's down to 0.4 now as James Holtzer is just really laying it on now. I don't know if Nicholas Vroman, like you said, is just saving that much tire, or if James Holtzer is pushing that forward, or it's just a combination of the two.
Well, so yeah, James Holtzer's running that outside lane. He's going to carry a ton of speed doing so, but it's really going to chew up your tires quite a bit. You see him jump down to the bottom there. He's really able to hold that white line pretty well through the turn and kind of just let it slide up off the racetrack off turn 4. So that's a good handling truck right now that James Holtzer has, and Vroman does too, but we've got a battle for the lead here, Nick.
Yes, we do. Gap is down to 0.2. I get the feeling that James is just pushing too hard at this point in the run to be able to hold this lead if he does get it.
Well, here's the thing, from the last time they pitted, left about 60 to 61 laps left in this race. So, I mean, you really could just split that in half and pit, 30 laps into each one, which means that both of these drivers could make their way down pit lane here in the next 5 laps, which is a couple of laps shorter than there have been normally. So maybe this is the plan for James Holtzer. Drive it in as hard as you can, make up as much time as you can, knowing that you're going to be pitting earlier than you have been.
Yeah, that could be. Like I said, I'm just scared that he's pushing too hard right now, and he's not going to be able to hold Nicholas Vroman up here if once we get to the end of his run.
I mean, you look at how long it took him to catch him. I mean, just for a 1 lap difference coming down pit lane, and it took him all of, 24, 25 laps? So
as it goes down the inside of the 95, let's see if it can slide up here, the exit of 2, and slide up in front of the 95.
Man, what a heavyweight battle we're going here. The number 95 is in the number 99 trucks of Nicholas Vroman and James Holtzer, respectively. 100 laps into this race, and they are side by side battling hard for the lead. We still got one more pit stop to make. You see Vroman all over the side of the number 99 trying to side draft and really upset the handling of that truck.
Yeah, that seems to be what he's doing, as they're still side by side here in the 1 and 2. This is just such a good battle to watch. 2 heavyweights from what I'm hearing in this league, and they're just going at it. Heel, or what am I thinking of? Hammer and tong. There we go.
I was not gonna guess that. I'm sorry. I didn't know. Kyle Knapp has made his way down pit lane currently. I think this really will work out for Knapp. I see Knapp coming home with a top 10, quite possibly a top 5 finish.
Yeah, he may have just played this perfectly. He's got 34 laps left to run in this race on that set of tires. I think he can make it, and possibly even. I would go as far to say he could get a top 3 here.
That's going to be interesting to see. Can he do that much? And that'd be a big moment. Is James Holtzer going to drive it in deep? No, Vroman's going to stay to his right rear quarter panel. No, doesn't quite have the grip there on the outside. And James Holtzer is your leader again. Here comes a crossover from Vroman as they come across the start-finish line. Give that lap over to Holtzer as Vroman dives to the bottom of Holtzer, diving here into turn 1.
Oh, I just love watching this. This is so fun, so much fun to watch. This is why I love Atlanta Motor Speedway.
What is
It is just so fun to watch people go side by side, slide it around these corners, and just have fun doing it.
And they do such a good job of keeping off of each other. It makes for some great racing. And, like DW said, we might have ourselves another one of those fantastic Atlanta finishes.
You know what this is reminding me of? This is reminding me of Jimmy Johnson and Carl Edwards. And what year was it? It was 2011, right?
No, I think it was earlier than that, no? Nonetheless, while we consider what year that was, here comes Nicholas Vroman coming down pit lane. He's going to short pit Holtzer one more time.
Let's see if it works out this time, because Holtzer had a bigger, he's now leading compared to being 3/10 behind. Let's see if he can pull that lead out now.
It did take 30 laps for Holtzer to finally catch.
And here comes Holtzer down pit lane now too, so he's trying to cover off Vroman here. Let's see if Holtzer had a big enough lead here to be able to cover off Vroman.
Yeah, I do remember Holtzer was not in the lead last time that Vroman came down pit lane first, so a couple of variables to think here. Let's see here. Vroman had a 14.9, a pretty quick stop. We'll have to see what does James Holtzer have. We're looking still off of turn 1 as the trucks come diving down. Right now, still on his pit box. Holtzer's out. Oh my goodness, 7/10 of
Vroman is coming down the front stretch now, just crossed the start-finish line. This is going to be close here.
Yeah, I do believe he is going to take the lead, of course. He definitely will take the lead back, as you see Holtzer is right there.
There goes Vroman.
But guess what?
Past.
This isn't a 3-second lead. I think this is going to maybe be about 2 seconds, maybe 2.5-second lead if Vroman can get quickly away from Holtzer. Oh my goodness, Holtzer's there, and it's going to be 1.5 seconds. But we still have 30 laps to go. You cannot drive balls to the wall right now. You're just going to have to hold on to it still and make the right decisions here over the final 30 laps.
Yeah, that's going to be the key to the finish of this race. Don't burn your stuff up too early. Don't show your hand too early. Only issue is he's got to get around this lap car quick, or he's not going to have enough tire left at the end of the race to be able to battle for him. You got a point there, but if he was smart, he knows these two have over a 10-second lead at this point, so he wouldn't want to mess with these two. Looks like Bryce Sinisek got past Kyle Knapp here for 4th place, it looks like. Also got to remember that 99 truck had the 82 in front of him to deal with, so that could have slowed him down a bit. '99 does eventually get around the 82 of Mike Franklin here. Let's see if the 99 can use what's left of his tires to catch Nicholas Vroman here and have us a good finish.
Man, I am just excited to see what can we do here. What is the final couple laps of this race going to dictate for us? It's going to be exciting. We got quite a few. He said 24 laps to go. Doesn't leave much time, but we're going to have to see what happens here.
Hey, I see. You see it as not much time. I see it as 24 laps to catch him.
Oh, he's got the time. He's definitely got the time. We know he's got the speed as well. That last time around, Holtzer, let's see, was...
He pulled over a tenth.
Over a tenth. And yeah, you only had to gain about half a tenth of a lap just to catch Nicholas Vroman. But catching him and passing him, that'll be two different things.
Oh yeah, if there's anything we can go by, that last battle will really show how difficult it'll be for James Holtzer to get past Nicholas Vroman here in the closing laps of this race.
I'm gonna go through again some of our fantastic looking camera angles in tonight's race. You see up close here with the number 99. We'll jump over up close with the 95 just so you can see a little further back to that number 99 truck, as he's now cut that lead to about 8.5 tenths of a second. That time around, Holtzer was 2 tenths quicker than your leader Nicholas Vroman.
That he was, and let's see what he is this lap. 7 tenths. I may be a little behind though.
3 tenths on that one. 3 tenths though. Here it comes. 21 laps to go. We're having ourselves a pretty good battle, but while they figure that out, we do have a battle here between Michael Thwaites, John Sterling, and Jeremy Clifton. Kyle Knapp has now dropped to the 8th position. He's got about 3 seconds in front of Jordan McGraw and another 10.5 to 10th place Alden Hilton. So this is still going to be a great decision for Kyle Knapp, pulling out of that outside of the top 10 here, inside the top 10.
Yeah, but we were both wrong. You were thinking top 5. I was thinking top 3. I was dead wrong. You were wrong.
It looks like, maybe just a little bit more fight from some of these other drivers. But here we do have a battle as well for the 16th position, David Elliott and Wallace Boyce. So no matter where you are on track, you're going to find yourself a battle between two drivers.
Nose to tail are our leaders right now.
95,
99, nose to tail right now.
Yeah, we're gonna have to
Sorry
focus
to cut
on.
you off
No,
there, but I happened to catch that.
We're gonna have to focus on this. These are our leaders. We do have 19 laps to go here.
Looks like the 99 here, looking to the outside, not going to find anything in that corner, but he's got the better run on the outside here. Let's see if he can stick a nose down the inside going into 3 and 4.
Man, he's got one hell of a run there.
What he's going to do.
Yep, he's gonna drive down deep here. Can he hold it? Does it stick? Oh, they're gonna stay close to each other, but Vroman's gonna have that run. The problem
Give
is
that lap to the 95 there.
we do have 18 laps to go. You don't want to use up your tires early on here, but you know what the 99 is doing? He's forcing Vroman to go to the high side, and that still will chew up your tires ever so slightly more. So we'll have to see, maybe is this a game plan for Holtzer?
82 in the wall behind him.
That was the 82 of Mike Franklin, currently in the 11th position. The first truck 1 lap down, but right now you see that 99 grip around that inside. He's driving that Harvick line, as they say, all the way around that white line the entire time, and it's stuck.
Yeah, this is exactly what James Holtzer wants to do. He wants to keep that 95 and that outside line as long as possible because, as you said, that outside line chews your tires up. So this is exactly what James Holtzer needs to do if he wants to win this race.
Look at this, trying to use a little bit of side draft, but Roman's going to get a fantastic run off of that turn. He's going to be able to hold on to the lead here. You see Holtzer drives in deep. You see him all the way up against this line. He is driving the wheels off of this truck right now. It looks like he's going to still stay side by side with Vroman. I believe Vroman led that lap still.
Vroman advantage right now as they go into 1 and 2. The 99 down to the inside again. Just going to grip up on that inside line and try to pull ahead here of the 95, but they're going to stay side by side.
Man, is this what we're going to be treated to for the final 16 laps of this race? It's side by side battling for first. It does not get better than this.
No, it does not, and it looks like the 95 is going to try to squeeze the 99 down here. That's not touch here, boys. Come on. Keep it
oh, my goodness.
Advantage Vroman again that lap, that outside line. If he can keep it up there and keep his tires alive, that's what's gonna win him this race. If they stay side by side, he just gets such a better run on the outside.
Yeah, but the 99, he really is driving it in deep, trying to hold on with them. It's just making for some fantastic battling here. We've got 15 laps to go. We're about to be a little bit less here.
Still side by side, coming out of 3 and 4, down to the yellow.
We got a caution. We got our first caution of the night. Oh, Ed Morris.
It's like the 36 of Rob Griffin and the 7 got together.
Oh, that's a major net code. Oh my goodness, this is actually the perfect view right here. This camera angle that we had here. Oh, hold on. Let our cameraman get it. You see the 36 trying to come off the wall a little bit. You see, it looks like the 7 was coming up at the same time, and there's a ton of room still between them. Hold on, cameraman does not want to rewind.
Yeah, I call that a racing deal. I didn't see anything between those two.
Man, what a shame for both of them, especially one of our playoff drivers and Ed Morris already having a bad night and just seems to have only become worse.
Coming down to the pits here. 99 had to log up the tires there into the pit lane. Hope he didn't get a penalty. That'll be a sucky way to end the race if you get a speeding penalty with less than 15 to go.
Yep, that much would be true. We'll have to see exactly what happens here for the 99 truck. We'll see him come down. Let's see, can they both hit their pit stalls? Yes, in sync. What perfection here for those two drivers.
Yeah, pit stops are perfectly in sync, it looks like.
And I do believe that puts Mike Franklin as your
looks like
lucky
we're gonna
dog.
have a race off pit lane here. 95's gonna win it, and 99 right behind.
99 did not get a speeding penalty. Good for him. But you know what? They did have about 13 or 14 second lead on the rest of the pack. So this does bring everybody else back into the picture.
That it does. We'll have to see if that comes into play here as we get ready to go back green here. We're only going to have about 10 laps to go. Let's just hope that old saying that everyone knows by heart doesn't come to fruition. Cautions breed cautions. Let's just hope that does not happen.
You know, I wouldn't be 100% surprised if we don't see at least one more caution. You know, we are stacking these guys, stack them and rack them one more time. So, we should have, I would believe, about maybe 10 laps to go.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm thinking almost exactly 10 to go here.
All right, let's
I will say that I was not expecting that caution there. I was just so focused on the race, and I see that yellow flag pop up, and I go, what is that?
Yeah, I've got my keyboard, set up where it lights up for a caution. So all of a sudden I see this flashing yellow at me. I'm like, wait a minute, what? Caution?
Yeah, the race has been so clean tonight that I just wasn't expecting it at all.
Man, what fantastic racing we've had here tonight. Before we do forget, we don't have our graphic as we normally do for the next race. So at least at the moment, go ahead and give you an opportunity to find out where we're racing next week. It will be race number 12 of the season. We are at the lefts and the rights of Watkins Glen International. So we'll have to see who our road course guys are and what they can do. This will be our first road course race of the season here in the playoffs. Playoffs is a very diverse set of tracks. We have Atlanta, Watkins Glen, then we go to Chicagoland, which has got to be one of my, along with Kansas and Atlanta, some of my favorite tracks in the trucks. Then we go to a tight racetrack in Iowa, the big boy of Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and then back to Phoenix for the championship. So it's a very diverse playoffs. So you're going to have to really bring out all your skills if you want to come home with the championship at the end of this one.
Lights are out on the pace truck, so it looks like we're going 1 to green. Let's stack them and rack them.
We're going to have about 13 drivers on the lead lap here. Christian DeBauer and Christopher Bassinger, the number 56 and 11 trucks, they took a waiver round to get back on the lead lap. So, they might be hoping for a caution so that they can get some fresh feel goods maybe for the end of this one. Each driver should still have at least, those who didn't just now come down pit lane for their fourth and final set, should have at least another set for those who didn't pit there. Here it is. You see James Holtzer holding back a little bit. He's ready for a big jump on Vroman. We're going to have 10 laps to go to decide who wins at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Will one of these two drivers get their 5th win of the season? Can Mike Rominger get win number 2? Here we are, green flag racing. Vroman with a big jump. He's going to easily clear for first. It's now a battle for second between Mike Rominger and James Holtzer as they dive here down into turn number 1.
Yeah, I noticed that the 99 didn't get that good of a jump. Looks like he just wasn't expecting the 95 to go that early, as we got pretty much the entire field side by side right now.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, it's going to be who can get up there, who can pass and clear for second place. You see, Holtzer's got a strong drive on the outside. He should be able to clear. Look at Senesac with the crossover behind him. And Holtzer's going to cut off the 9 of Mike Rominger as they cross the start-finish line. 9 laps to go here. Can James Holtzer catch Vroman? What's going to happen with the 6 drivers behind him, all looking for a win as well?
Oh, I can't wait to see the finish of this race here, Angel. Let's hope these boys keep it clean and let's have a good finish here.
Oh, we're going to have a fantastic finish. You see Mike Rominger right there, Michael Thwaites, Bryce Senesac over here, Jeremy Clifton trying to make his way up here. Still a big move for Kyle Knapp because this put him on fresh tires with everybody. So he's going to be able to easily hold on, hopefully, to a top 10 here. As James Holtzer,
here comes the 99.
Fastest lap of the day. That was the fastest lap of the day for your entire top 11 drivers. As James Holtzer put down the fastest lap.
3 and 4.
Here it is. We got a battle for the lead. James Holtzer to the bottom. Nicholas Vroman's going to hold the high side. Holtzer's going to slide up a little bit. They're going to stay side by side. Vroman's got the momentum. He's going to lead this lap. 7 laps to go now.
Down to the inside. Holtzer's holding that inside like we have seen so many times before. Let's see if the 95 can keep him, can squeeze him down there and keep this lead here.
With 10 laps to go, there is no aspect of saving tires right now. You are going to go as hard as you can to go get this win. As Mike Rominger, Michael Thwaites right behind, just waiting to pounce with any slight issue that could possibly happen to our leaders. Don't think it will. These guys race too clean, but you never know, especially with the netcode issues you can have sometimes. But right now, here it is, James Holtzer all the way to the bottom. Dive down here into turn 1. They're going to very much arc this turn as much as they can. This will give Vroman a nice run off of turn 2. Holtzer going to try some side draft, but I think Vroman's going to clear him.
Yeah, if Vroman clears him here down into 3 and 4, let's see what Holtzer does here. I don't know what he could possibly be thinking right now. You just cannot tell what these drivers are thinking with this little time left to go. Yeah,
Holtzer's going to need to develop a big run and maybe move to the outside and stun Vroman. We've now got 5 laps to go here in the RICMOTECH High Performance Sim Racing Equipment Truck Series.
And there goes the 99 to the Larson line here. Let's see if he can do anything with it as we got the 9 looking to the inside here.
Yeah, but the 99 is going to have one big run as they drive down into turn number 3. You see, Vroman saw what he was going to do. Holtzer goes high. No, fakes it. Goes low instead. Can he carry some momentum? Oh, you got the 36 a lap truck. He's going to stay out of the way there. That may have changed why both of these drivers adjusted that their position. But here comes Holtzer. He's back on the bottom here into turn 1.
Looks like the 99 may clear the 95 here.
Oh, he's going to get a little bit loose. Slides up into him.
Oh, he got loose. He got loose.
The 95 had to back off too. Here comes the number 9, Mike Rominger. He's got a big run down the backstretch. What can he do diving here into turn 3? Oh my goodness. What a final moments we're going to have here. We're coming down to 3 laps to go.
This was not how I was expecting this race to end. I'm just going to say that right now.
Well, this is what Roman's loving right now is the 9 and the 99 battle it out. It's going to allow the 95 to stay right in front of them and kind of just play defense. Holtzer or Rominger, one of them's going to have to decide who's going to go up there and take this win away from Vroman. They cannot do it battling for second. Here comes 99 going to clear him.
99 cleared the 9 here. Let's see what the 99 can do with the 95 right in front of him.
We're going to come down. We're going to have 2 laps to go. That's Ed Morris. He's going to move out of the way.
Go to the outside. He fakes it to the inside as well.
Wow, what a move by James Holtzer. Can he drive it in deep one more time? No, he decides not to drive it in too deep this time. He's just trying to stay alongside the 95. No, 95's going to have a run. It's going to clear him again.
But the 99's got that big draft. You can get down the backstretch. It's a 95. Looks like he's trying to block that outside run. So the 99 can't get that big run off of 4.
That's exactly what he's doing. The 99's got a good run, though, through that turn. 95 is going to pull away. We've got The white flag, 1 lap to go here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Does the 99 need to use the bumper to win it? Can the 9 or the 12 stun us? Here comes the 99 to the outside.
Let's see if he can get that big run and try to get down on the inside here.
That's what he's going to
That's
do.
exactly what he's going to do. He's going to try the slide job here. I'm calling it.
He's going to dive down deep. Can he do it? No, he's going to have to. 95 drives it in deep. What's going to happen? They're going to touch. Oh, there's contact. Here comes Mike Rominger. What's going to happen? No, Rominger wrecks. Vroman wins the race. Oh, heavy contact afterwards.
99 gets destroyed at the finish.
Wow, what a finish.
Oh my God, is Rice in race control. What a finish.
Look at the control by Vroman. He's going to come up, throw the block on the 9. The 9 dives low, but nowhere for him to go. Michael Thwaites is going to finish in second, and Bryce Sinisak coming home in third. Wow.
Gap at that finish was 0.073.
My goodness, what a finish. Oh.
You can't make that up. That is why I love Atlanta.
Oh, I said it's going to be another one of those fantastic Atlanta finishes. That's exactly what it was. Wow, and I'm just, what a race right there. And if I'm not mistaken, I think all 3 of these drivers are teammates, primetime teammates. So this really worked out for Primetime Motorsports. All right. Here they go, celebrating together as teammates. We're going to go ahead and we're going to bring in Bryce Sinisak, who was your 3rd place finisher. Oh, no, let's not do that one. Alrighty, hold on just a moment. Let me see if I find Sinisak. Here we go.
User was moved to your channel.
Bryce Sinisak, this is Angel and Nick here in the Esports Broadcasting Network booth. You got us?
Yeah.
Bryce, how about that? From 5th to 3rd right there out of nowhere. How about it? 3rd place tonight.
Well, I'll take it. I mean, not the way you really want to, but I mean, I got to take them as they come. So.
Yeah, it happens one way, it happens another way. It's a good thing but we were talking about earlier in the race. I mean, you've really made such a big improvement really from the start of the season, racking off some good finishes and really getting hot here at the right time, giving yourself your 4th top 5 on the season and in 3rd place is going to be a big jump in points for you. Did you expect Atlanta to go this way for you?
I was at least hoping so. When we usually come to Atlanta, I'm usually hit or miss. I either drive it really well or I just completely miss it and don't know how to drive the place. But I don't know, like probably 75% of the time I know how to drive this place, and thankfully it was one of those days.
Man, what a finish. What a great job there for you, Bryce. I'm sure you're going to have a couple people you'd like to thank before we let you go celebrate with your teammates.
Yeah, I mean, of course, got to thank you guys for doing all this broadcasting stuff. It's fun to look back and watch. Everyone at prime time here pulled off dropped the top 4 here. Vroman getting his another win. He fought hard for that one. I was watching it. I was like, dang, man, I wish I was up there racing for something. I got tight on that restart and lost like probably half a second and couldn't gain any of it back. So, but you did a good job hanging on there. And Michael, Thwaites, and Roman, they all did a good job. Yeah, thank everyone on that team.
Man, absolutely. Well, you did a fantastic job. Thank you for jumping in with us here. We're going to go ahead and let you go and let you celebrate this 3rd place finish.
Thank you.
Not a problem. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was your 3rd place finisher, Bryce Sinisak. Let me go ahead and get him back to his team here.
Was moved out of your channel.
We're going to go ahead and bring in now. Oh, no, almost grabbed Michael again. Let's see. Hold on just a moment. Here we go. And Nick, I'm going to let you have this one. Michael, this is Angel and Nick here in the ESBN broadcast booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you. How's it going?
Doing pretty good. Nick, have at it.
All right, Michael. First question: what was going through your mind at the finish there? I gotta know.
Just try to get to the #1 spot. Honestly, just ran out of space.
Yeah, that seems to happen here when big wrecks happen. Second question: we noticed that you were in some pretty tight battles there. What was this? Was that just you? I don't know where I was going with this question.
Well, really, how do you manage going through that battle? It was 4 or 5 trucks at a time on multiple occasions right on top of each other.
Yeah, it was hard to pass. I mean, if you could get the high line, you would make the pass, but everybody was just running single file for the most part. And
Yeah, overall it was a ton of fun to watch. I mean, and Michael, you had 2 top 5s coming into this race, adding a third one, and just as we spoke with Senesac at the right time here to start off the playoffs. Did this race go as you planned, or just a little lady luck on the way as well?
I would say a little lady luck for sure. Yeah, I was hoping for a top 5, but to get second, yeah.
Yeah, second place is pretty good. Well, Michael, congratulations. I'm sure you got a couple people you'd like to thank before we let you go celebrate this podium finish.
Yeah, all my teammates, Extreme Motorsports, RICMOTECH for sponsoring the series, and ESBN.
Awesome, Michael. Thank you very much. Congratulations there on the podium finish.
All right, thank you. Have a good night, guys.
All right, we'll go ahead and
User was moved out of your
send
channel.
Mike back down, and it is time to bring in your leader. Oh, I'm sorry, guys, I didn't change that. The driver details for Mike there. So, we all know he's from Baltimore, Maryland, and he drives for Prime Time at that number 12. So, time to go ahead and bring in your winner here, Nicholas Vroman. Let me see if I can find him. Here we go.
User was moved to your channel.
Nicholas, the winning just keeps on happening back-to-back weeks for you here and starting off the playoffs the right way. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That was quite the finish, quite the driving on your part right at the end. How did you hang on to that thing, and did you think you were still going to come home with the win as that contact happened?
I don't know, man. Just pull the wheel to the right and kind of play with the gas, and hopefully you don't overcorrect it and spin out. But that was pretty crazy, man. Shout out to Holtzer. All race long, I felt like he was a little better in the long run, definitely. But being able to hold him off on the high side was huge. And I don't know how I saved that, man. To be honest.
It was wild. It really was. You guys put on an absolute show for us week in and week out. It doesn't disappoint. I mean, now from here on out, you got a couple races here in the playoffs. So what's the plan for the rest of the playoffs before heading to Phoenix?
Keep the momentum going. I gotta, Holtzer, he's fast, man. I gotta be on my A game if I want to be able to win a championship against him. Because I know he's gonna bring it every week. So I gotta keep doing what we're doing here. Keep trying to bring up these wins. If we don't win, we definitely need to finish P2 behind him. And that's just the plan going forward.
Well, sounds like a plan. Nick, you got anything here for Nicholas before we let him go?
Yeah, I do. So Nicholas, most of this race we saw you and James going at it, hammer and nail. How were you able to keep those runs going? Because from what I was seeing, that outside line was just working the entire race. How were you able to keep your tires alive?
Well, you gotta do a huge save. I didn't do good the second to last run, save my tires when I had a 3-second lead. I was thinking I could push it more and gap them before we pitted. That didn't work out. But you really gotta save early on to be able to do that. And then outside of that, man, it's pinching the guy below you and it's trusting in his driving ability. And I trust Holtzer's ability, 110%. I know he's a good driver. And he's clean and he's very respectful. So I know I can put him in situations to where he's going to make the smart decision and do what's best for both of us.
Don't think you really could have said it better there, Nicholas. I do appreciate it. You're right, James Holtzer. The two of you guys race with a ton of respect for each other, and it really makes for some of the best battles that we get, honestly, throughout the week here on the Esports Broadcasting Network. It's a pleasure for me to get to broadcast it every week. So I'm sure you got a couple people you'd like to thank here. We'll go ahead and let you celebrate your 5th win of the season.
Yeah, man, shout out to Primetime Motorsports. I think we actually got 1 through 3rd, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
so,
sir.
Shout out to Bryce and Michael for up in there. Ed didn't have too good of luck tonight, so hopefully he can bounce back next week and make some nice round. Huge shout out to Holtzer again, man. He's just a hell of a racer and, fun to race against every week. You guys up in the booth and, everybody else on the track, man. There's a lot of good fun battles out there, a lot of good clean racing, and, I look forward to racing this every week.
All right. Thank you very much, Nicholas. Congratulations on win number 5, and we will see you next week at Watkins Glen.
All right. Thank you.
User was moved out of your channel.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was your race winner, Nicholas Vroman. We're going to go ahead and go over the results for the race today. Nicholas Vroman, your winner, as we previously mentioned. Michael Thwaites in second. Bryce Senasac in third. Primetime Motorsports will actually take home the top 4 spots, with Mike Rominger finishing in fourth. James Holtzer was fifth. Jeremy Clipson in sixth. Jordan McGraw was seventh. John Sterling in eighth. Kyle Knapp was would finish in ninth. Alan Hilton will round out your top 10. Go ahead and give you the next 10, Nick.
Mike Franklin finishing in 11th with Christopher Bassinger not far behind in 12th. You got Christian DeBoer finishing in 13th, which was the last car on the lead lap. You got David Elliott finishing a lap down in 14th. Tom Imasi, I think that's how you say that. Imasi, okay,
Yep.
Finishing in 15th, also a lap down. Wallace Boyce finishing 2 laps down in 16th. Rob Griffin 17th, 2 laps down. Ed Morris, as you mentioned, not having a good night, finishing in 18th, 4 laps down, as our last runner that actually finished the race. Then you got Ray Lane in 19th, 42 laps down. Brendan Book in 20th, 74 laps down. Daniel Holloway, Chris Akers, Joshua O'Connor, and Jerry Glenn did not start the race.
Yeah, mentioning Ed Morris having a bad day. Not the only playoff driver with some unlucky situations today. We saw Chris Akers where, back-to-back weeks where his wheel would just kind of disconnected out of nowhere and just shot him into the wall, where it really does look like he blew a tire. Brendan Book not having some nice success tonight, nor did Ed Morris, all finishing outside of the top 15 in the first race of the playoffs. So not quite where you want to get started here. But next week, as I mentioned, we take on the lefts and rights of the infamous New York racetrack of Watkins Glen International. This was an Esports Broadcasting Network production. My name is Angel Santiago. Thank you once again for joining us. Nick Stein was our co-commentator today. Nick, thank you so much for stepping in last minute. I really appreciate it. Frank, we hope you feel better. We will see everybody next week, same time as always. And as always, if you haven't already, like, share, whatever you got to do, subscribe to us. Make sure you're watching us throughout the week. We have a ton of productions. As a matter of fact, I do believe we still have one of our leagues still out there on our YouTube channel. So if you're watching now, jump over to them, finish up that race. Thank you, everybody, as always, for joining. We will see you next week, same time as always. Have a great evening.